and bring them to justice. However, the challenge I have with this strike is that I had a similar experience. For example, I was on my way to Delta State, and I went to the airport, and the then director of SSS ordered that I should be arrested and stopped from traveling because we had given ultimatum to the then president, to the then federal government headed by President Olusegun Obasanjo, which had to do with, not withdrawing, resisting the attempt to withdraw subsidy because of our fears of the consequential increase in cost of living. And they dragged me on the tarmac, and I have my cuts all over the place. And they forcefully prevented me from flying and took me back to the DSS Director General's office, then Colonel Ire. And he offered to take me to the hospital, to their own hospital. And I said, no, I can't even trust a government that has inflicted this kind of hold on me to treat me, because the man has been poisoning my blood. I said, I wasn't going to do that. Fast forward, I ended up being detained. I was taken away. And for 2 days, at least 48 hours, NLC couldn't locate me. When eventually I was let out, with bandage on my hand, with the blood and all that, I told my colleagues, this blood will further reinforce my appetite for struggle for justice. The issue is about the welfare of the Nigerian workers in particular, and the welfare of the Nigerian people in general. And this is I make a distinction between the two, is that the workers are former members of the NLC. They are the ones who form all the unions, the industrial unions that constitute the athletes of the NLC. And I said, I will do everything possible to resist the temptation to make my brutalization an issue, but I will remain focused and even more determined to ensure that the issue between us and government, which has to do with the welfare of Nigerian workers and working families, is not compromised. And I remember the then Speaker, Speaker Masari, from now former Governor Masari, he led the member of the House of Rep members to come and commiserate with me after seeing the injury that I suffered, etc. But I insisted that is my price for leadership. Now, the issue in Imo is a bit more problematic. Now, the current president of the NLC is from Imo State. And this is the second time they're having a showdown with the governor. And the issues are never really clear. The first one was over dispute about who should be, or who did the workers want to elect as chairman of NLC in Imo State Council. The one that was allegedly favored by many people, the president of the NLC coming from Imo, they didn't like the person. They did their election, it was nullified, and the caretaker was